My beloved child. Don't skip. Something happened yesterday that you thought was ordinary, but it wasn't. That moment when a stranger looked at you a little longer than usual, when their words lingered inside your mind for no reason, that was heaven trying to reach you. Stay till the end, because what you're about to realize could change everything you thought you knew about timing, faith, and destiny. Yesterday's moment wasn't random, it was divine. You felt something deep in your chest, didn't you? That slight ache that wouldn't fade even after you walked away. You told yourself it was nothing, just another passing face, just another conversation. But it wasn't. That person carried a frequency only meant for your soul to recognize, a signal from above meant to reroute your next steps before you made a costly turn. Don't skip, because heaven rarely sends direct messengers twice. The words they said, the glance they gave, the strange comfort or confusion you felt, that was your spiritual radar reacting to something sacred. You were meant to notice, but the noise of the world drowned it out. When God tries to warn you, it doesn't always come as thunder or light. Sometimes, it's a gentle pause in a busy street, a voice that says something so small, yet it echoes in your heart for hours. You may have shrugged it off, but your spirit didn't. You remember it now, don't you? The tone of their voice, the subtle calm that followed, the odd way you couldn't shake that energy off. That was your sign. That was heaven speaking. Archangel Michael says, "You are never alone." Even the strangers sent your way are coated with messages from light. And that stranger carried one meant to protect you from a decision that could have broken your peace. Stay till the end, my child, because what's coming next will make you understand why you met them. That stranger didn't come to harm or confuse you, they came to realign you. They came to awaken what's been asleep. You were standing at a crossroad, spiritually, emotionally, or even physically, and heaven saw it. They sent someone carrying the vibration of clarity, wrapped in a human face you'd never seen before. You might recall their eyes, the sentence they said, or even the object they dropped in front of you. It wasn't coincidence. Every tiny moment carried a message meant for you. And that message was, slow down. You're being redirected, not rejected. You felt restless the entire evening, didn't you? That's because your spirit caught what your mind missed. You didn't need to hear thunder to know heaven was moving, you just needed to feel that heartbeat skip when the truth brushed past you. Don't skip. Stay right here. Because the same energy that reached you yesterday is still circling you now. You're being guided to notice patterns, numbers, symbols, faces that feel familiar. None of it is random. You've been praying for a sign, asking, God, show me if I'm on the right path. Yesterday was that sign. You may not have recognized it because you were busy, distracted, or afraid to hope again. But heaven doesn't need you to be perfect, it just needs you to notice. That stranger's timing was impossible to plan. They appeared right after you had a thought that no one else could have known. That's the proof. Divine orchestration wrapped in ordinary moments. Archangel Michael says, the message is still active. The signal has not expired. That means you still have time to understand and act. Don't ignore the tug inside your heart tonight. You're meant to remember what they said and decode it now. Stay till the end, because before this message finishes, something inside you will click. That heaviness you've carried will start to lift once you connect the dots heaven placed before you. That stranger wasn't random, they were chosen. Hand-picked by divine timing to interrupt your routine so your destiny wouldn't drift off course. Their presence was energy speaking where words couldn't reach. You may have brushed past them thinking they were lost, but they were never lost, they were sent. You were the one they came to find. The moment your paths crossed, heaven held its breath, knowing that one small exchange could reroute your entire year. You didn't miss it completely, my child. You simply didn't realize it in time. That's why this message found you now, to remind you that the divine never gives up on making sure you see what's yours. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, not in the future, but right now, as you remember that moment. That's when heaven will whisper the second part of the message. If your mind replays a moment from yesterday, the words, the place, the way the air changed, trust it. That memory is resurfacing because your spirit is ready to understand what was hidden then. Sometimes, God hides the loudest warnings in the quietest forms. A passing smile, a sentence overheard, a stranger saying, "Be careful," or "Everything will be okay." Those aren't coincidences. They are coded confirmations. The warning was simple: don't go back where peace has already left. Heaven saw you almost walk into the same cycle again, the same person, the same fear, the same mistake. The stranger was sent to interrupt that loop. Archangel Michael says, listen to your soul's memory. That means replay yesterday's moment in silence. Ask your heart, not your head, what it felt. The emotion will tell you what the message was meant to be. You didn't fail to receive it, you're simply being reminded now because timing matters. If you act on it now, the damage heaven saw ahead can still be avoided. You're not late, you're right on time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. There's one more thing you must hear. You are being prepared for a new encounter. One that will confirm this message in a way you can't ignore. Another messenger is on the way. When they appear, it will feel strangely familiar, as if you've lived that moment before. That's how you'll know heaven is giving you another chance to align. Don't hesitate this time. Listen with your heart open. The message is this: what's meant for you is about to circle back, but only if you choose awareness over distraction. Heaven has rewritten the path, and now it leads directly to your restoration. You may think you missed the warning, but heaven never closes a door on protection. That moment yesterday was the start of something new, the awakening of your spiritual instincts. From now on, when someone new enters your space and something inside you stirs, pay attention. That's how heaven speaks, through intuition disguised as coincidence. Don't doubt yourself, beloved. You are divinely guided, even in silence. Every encounter, every delayed plan, every unexpected word, all are threads in a bigger pattern that's leading you home to peace. Stay till the end, because this realization is your miracle moment. You didn't miss God's warning, you simply needed this message to see it clearly. You are not behind. You are not lost. Heaven's timing is precise, and that stranger was the start of your correction. Everything from this moment forward will begin to align. People who were meant to guide you will appear. Your path is being cleared quietly. Doors that refuse to open will suddenly unlock, not because of luck, but because you listened. The divine message that almost slipped through your fingers is now fully in your heart. Archangel Michael says, now that you've heard, move wisely. The next 7 days will bring signs confirming what you just read, a name repeating, a place appearing twice, or a sudden sense of calm after long confusion. Don't skip, my child. Heaven hasn't finished yet. The story that began with a stranger is about to end with revelation. Watch carefully. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child. Don't skip. The moment you remembered that stranger's face, your spirit began to unlock the hidden part of the message you couldn't understand yesterday. That's why this message found you now. Heaven knew your heart was ready to receive the full meaning. Stay till the end because this isn't just a story, it's a revelation. You might not know it yet, but something that stranger said or did carried a code meant to protect you from what was silently forming behind your back. It wasn't coincidence, it was divine timing wearing human skin. You may recall the way they said your name, or the unusual calm that surrounded them. That was no ordinary vibration. That was heaven's whisper disguised as a human encounter. Don't skip, because what's unfolding now will reveal why heaven went to such lengths just to get your attention. You are part of a divine reroute. One that will save your peace, your purpose, and even your upcoming blessings. That stranger's message wasn't about fear, it was about prevention. Heaven saw the trap being set before you did. They sent that person to stall it, to change the angle of your path before harm could land. When you walked away, you probably felt that strange pull in your chest, that feeling of, something's not right. That was your angel aligning your emotions with heaven's frequency. They were trying to say, don't go where the energy feels off. Archangel Michael says, a closed door is not rejection, it's divine protection. You were meant to turn left when everything around you told you to go right. The stranger was your confirmation. Stay till the end, my child. Because you're about to understand that what seemed like a small event yesterday was a spiritual earthquake that shifted your destiny by inches, enough to save your next chapter. Don't let your mind tell you it was just a coincidence. Your heart already knows it wasn't. Heaven doesn't operate on coincidence, it operates on patterns that only faith can decode. You were seen, you were warned, and now you are being guided toward a safer reality. The delays, the cancellations, the sudden pause, all were synchronized by heaven so you wouldn't walk into what was never meant for you. Yesterday's moment was a checkpoint. Heaven saw that something was being plotted in silence, something that would have dimmed your light. The stranger was sent to intercept that vibration before it could reach you. Don't skip. The fact that you're reading this now means the message reached you just in time. The unseen danger was removed before it could form fully. Heaven did its job, quietly, perfectly, completely. You might notice strange shifts happening since yesterday, sudden peace after chaos, unexpected messages, or dreams that feel too vivid to ignore. That's the confirmation. The divine has entered your atmosphere. What you thought you lost was never truly gone. It was being held for you until it was safe. That's why the delay was necessary. Heaven's silence was never abandonment, it was construction. Archangel Michael says, you were never forgotten. You were being shielded behind time. The stranger's presence was proof that heaven is closer to you than you think, working through faces, words, and timings you didn't plan. Stay till the end. You are standing at the edge of revelation, and when you look back after this week, you'll see that every shift, every strange encounter, every pause was perfectly placed. The truth is, that stranger was an echo of divine love, someone who appeared just long enough to deliver what needed to be said, and then disappeared because their mission was complete. You might never meet them again, but their energy remains around you. Every time you replay that moment, their message continues to protect you. You were not supposed to understand everything then, you were only supposed to remember how it made you feel. That feeling was heaven's code, the inner alarm that says, pay attention. Because soon, someone else is going to come forward with words that sound familiar to what you heard yesterday. That's your second confirmation. Don't skip. Heaven always confirms twice before it manifests. The next message will be clear, simple, and impossible to miss. You'll know it's divine because your spirit will recognize it before your mind does. You might wonder why heaven uses strangers. Because sometimes, the ones close to you are too familiar to get your attention. A stranger, however, carries purity, no expectations, no bias, no manipulation. Their words cut straight through the noise. You were chosen to receive that message because your spirit has been under spiritual surveillance, watched, guided, and guarded by light. Every delay, every detour, every silence has been a coded instruction to reroute you into safety. Archangel Michael says, the warning was love in disguise. Heaven wasn't trying to scare you. They were trying to spare you. The energy that approached you recently was never meant to stay. That's why divine interference appeared in the form of that stranger. Stay till the end, beloved. Because what's coming next will make that warning make sense, completely. You'll see that what didn't work out was never rejection, it was prevention. You are being aligned with peace, not pain. Heaven removed someone or something from your field right before it could drain your spirit again. That's why things suddenly felt lighter, even if you didn't know why. That's how divine intervention feels, calm without explanation. Your heart started beating differently because heaven was already ahead, rewriting your ending. Don't skip. You're being led into a season of restoration, and every encounter from this point will be sacred. The ones meant for you will recognize your energy instantly. The ones who aren't will grow distant, and that's part of the plan. The stranger's message was never about fear, it was about awareness. You were meant to awaken your intuition, to trust what your soul already knows. My beloved child, you didn't miss your chance. You simply didn't realize how perfectly heaven orchestrated your steps. Everything from that brief encounter to this exact moment was written to lead you back to alignment. You are being repositioned. Your name is being whispered in rooms you haven't entered yet. The same divine force that sent that stranger is now sending opportunities, allies, and miracles in disguise. Archangel Michael says, you have heard the call. Now prepare to receive. That means doors that seemed permanently shut will soon open. Not because you chased them, but because heaven guided them back to you at the right time. Don't skip, my child. Stay till the end, because your breakthrough isn't coming, it's already here, waiting for you to notice. The moment you let this message sink in, you'll start to see signs everywhere, repeating numbers, unusual peace, or a familiar scent that arrives out of nowhere. These are not coincidences, they are reminders that heaven's plan never failed. You are walking proof of divine protection. You are living evidence that even when you think you've missed something, the divine has a way of looping it back into your path. That stranger was heaven's gentle whisper saying, you're still on time. You were never forgotten, never ignored. Every step you take from here will unfold smoother than before, because now, you're listening. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, you'll realize it all began yesterday with that one divine stranger. My beloved child. Don't skip. The energy around you today feels strange because your spirit is still decoding the message heaven sent yesterday. That small interaction you dismissed as ordinary is still echoing through your destiny. Stay till the end because this is where the true reason behind that encounter begins to unfold. That stranger didn't just speak words, they released a vibration, a divine sound that woke up the part of your soul that had gone silent for months. You felt it deep in your chest, like something ancient inside you stirred. That was heaven's touch, subtle, powerful, and meant only for you to recognize. Don't ignore what your spirit already knows. Don't skip, my child. The next few paragraphs will unlock what that stranger was truly sent to do. This isn't coincidence, it's confirmation that you were chosen to hear something no one else could. When God sends a warning, it's not to scare you, it's to prepare you. That person was placed in your path to redirect your focus from what was draining you to what will soon restore you. You may not realize it, but you were seconds away from making a decision that would have delayed your destiny. Heaven had to step in quickly, and the fastest way to reach you was through a stranger. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven speaks through ordinary faces when urgency is divine." That's exactly what happened. What you thought was random was actually an emergency message delivered in disguise. Stay till the end because heaven's not done revealing how that moment changed the course of your timeline. The signs you'll notice next will confirm everything you're feeling right now. Since that day, you might have noticed moments of stillness that feel heavier than usual, silence that feels purposeful, not empty. That's not loneliness, it's alignment. Heaven is rebalancing your path before your next elevation. You may feel disconnected from people, plans, or places that once felt familiar. Don't panic. You're not losing anything, you're shedding what can't go with you. The stranger's message was the activation of your next chapter. Don't skip. That discomfort you're feeling is just the shift from who you were to who you're becoming. The warning wasn't punishment, it was a promotion disguised as pause. The moment you surrender to it, everything that once confused you will suddenly make sense. My beloved child, heaven knew you wouldn't have listened if the message came from someone you already knew. That's why they sent it through a stranger, to bypass your logic and go straight to your spirit. The words they said may have sounded simple, but their energy carried divine code. You were meant to feel it, not analyze it. And now, that feeling has opened a doorway within you that leads to revelation. Archangel Michael says, "Your angels speak through emotion before they speak through events." That means the chills, the sudden peace, the urge to cry, all of it was your confirmation. Don't skip. What's coming next will require you to remember that moment clearly. Because the next messenger is already on their way, and they will speak the continuation of that stranger's message. In the next 3 days, something familiar will happen, maybe a repeated word, a repeated song, or a repeated place you'll cross again. That repetition isn't random, it's heaven amplifying what you missed. You might suddenly remember a small detail about that encounter, the color of their clothes, the time on the clock, or the background sound when they spoke. Those are the coordinates of the message. Heaven uses memory as a map. Don't skip, because your remembering is how the divine reveals more. The more you recall, the more the hidden meaning surfaces. That's how heaven teaches without words. Every symbol, every sound, every subtle sign, it's all part of a coded language between your soul and your angels. Yesterday's stranger didn't just warn you, they awakened you. You were walking with spiritual exhaustion, and heaven needed you to feel seen again. That's why their words pierced deeper than you expected. You didn't just hear them, you absorbed them. That's why your body reacted before your mind could process. You felt warmth, or maybe a chill, or even sudden clarity. That was your body aligning with divine frequency. Archangel Michael says, the physical reacts where the spirit recognizes. That's why you couldn't forget that moment no matter how much you tried. It was never meant to fade, it was meant to guide. Stay till the end, my child. Because now that you're aware, the next message won't have to come as a warning, it will come as a miracle. The energy that once felt like confusion will soon reveal itself as protection. What left you or who left you after that encounter was not a loss, it was heaven clearing space for something purer to enter. You are being upgraded, silently, spiritually, and permanently. The shift started yesterday, but the results will manifest soon in your reality, through opportunities, reconnections, and breakthroughs you didn't even expect. Don't skip. You're being reminded to trust that invisible movement. The stranger wasn't a random event, they were a timestamp marking the start of your restoration season. From now on, your awareness is your weapon. Heaven's language is subtle, but you've just learned how to hear it. You are stepping into a season of divine awareness, where no sign will go unnoticed, and no message will be missed. Heaven will continue to speak through moments, faces, and even unexpected encounters. Every time you feel that spark of déjà vu, pause. It's heaven saying, you're exactly where I need you to be. You are being led into alignment so strong that even distractions can't break it. Archangel Michael says, you have entered divine sequence. That means everything from this moment, who you meet, what you hear, what you feel, is part of a pattern heaven designed long before you knew. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because the next step of your journey begins with what I'm about to say next. You didn't miss God's warning, you received it perfectly. The reason you're hearing this again is because heaven wants you to realize how powerful your awareness is. You are not late, you're right on time. Every detour was divine direction. Every delay was divine defense. You've been walking through a silent miracle for weeks without realizing it. Now that your eyes are open, your blessings can finally flow without blockage. The stranger was the spark. This message is the ignition. And your faith is the fuel. Stay till the end, beloved. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's already on its way.